Costco's approach is unlike anything else in retail. When you walk into a typical department store, you're met with music, vibrant displays, and promotional signs at every turn. But walk into a Costco and the silence hits you first. No background music, no flashy banners. Just industrial lighting, concrete floors, and towering shelves stacked high with bulk goods. This isn't minimalism. It's psychological warfare, and it's working. Costco doesn't just sell, it seduces. Its warehouse layout forces you to wander, its curated deals tap into FOMO, and its absence of windows makes time feel irrelevant. Every decision is a calculated step in increasing your cart value. Costco's entire store is built like a trap, but a friendly one. You come in for toilet paper, you leave with a kayak, 50 protein bars, and a sense that you got a great deal. But here's what most people never ask. Why does Costco avoid windows, eliminate bags, and hide their signs? Is this just quirky branding, or is there a strategy more sinister or brilliant at play? Let's start with no windows. Costco doesn't want you to know what time it is. This is called temporal disorientation, and it's a tactic borrowed straight from Las Vegas casinos. In casinos, there are no windows or clocks. Time disappears. And when time disappears, people spend more. Costco is no different. You walk in on a sunny afternoon and suddenly it's dark outside. You've spent hours browsing. You've bought more than you planned. This isn't a coincidence, it's intentional. But it goes deeper. Removing windows also increases the usable retail space. Walls become places for inventory, not distractions. No natural light means fewer regulations, easier temperature control, and lower energy costs. That's right. No windows means fewer maintenance expenses, and those savings are passed directly to you, or so they say. In reality, Costco is keeping margins tight while subtly nudging you to stay longer and spend more. Every window they didn't install was a line item saved and a psychological lever added. Next up, no signs. At most supermarkets, signs scream at you, promotions here, discount there. But Costco, sparse signs. No overhead labels telling you what's in each aisle. No bright colors guiding your journey. You're forced to explore. And this, right here, is called the treasure hunt strategy. Costco wants you to feel like you're discovering secret deals. That feeling triggers a dopamine release. The same one you get when gambling or opening gifts. It becomes addictive. Costco rotates products, hides them from plain view, and keeps you guessing. That's why the thing you found last week might not be there today. And if it is, it's moved. This strategy forces you to walk past products you didn't plan on buying, but now suddenly want. It's retail serendipity, manufactured by design. Then there's the strangest one, no bags. At almost every other store, your purchase is placed neatly into a bag, branded, clean, convenient. Costco? None of that. You're expected to grab a used cardboard box or haul everything out loose. Why? First, it saves money, a lot of it. Bags cost cents, but multiply that by millions of transactions and you've got serious overhead. Costco cuts that and reinforces a brand image of no-frills efficiency. Second, it speeds up checkout. No bagging means shorter lines, faster transactions, and more throughput. Third, and here's the kicker, it turns every Costco trip into a visual advertisement. Picture this. You're wheeling a cart piled with items, no bags, just bulk goods exposed for the world to see. People notice, they ask where you got it. And without realizing, you've become a walking billboard. So let's zoom out. No windows, no signs, no bags. Combined, these might sound like cost-cutting tricks. But together, they form a behavioral science masterpiece. Costco is optimizing every second you spend in store. They're minimizing costs, maximizing time on site, and nudging you toward purchases you didn't plan to make. It doesn't stop there. Think about the sample stations. Ever wondered why they give you free food? Sure, it's a gesture of goodwill, but it's also reciprocity marketing. When someone gives you something, even small, you feel obliged to return the favor. And that favor, in this case, is buying the item. Multiply that by thousands of shoppers, and samples suddenly become a sales engine. Now consider the membership model. Before you even walk in, you've paid to shop. This flips the psychology. You've already invested. Now you're subconsciously motivated to make it worth it. That's sunk cost bias, and it's a gold mine. With over 125 million members worldwide and a 90% plus renewal rate, Costco is profiting before they even sell a single item. Ever notice how luxury items like $17,000 rings or $1,500 electronics are near the front? That's called price anchoring. By showing you something expensive up front, your brain adjusts what it thinks is reasonable. So when you see a $300 TV, it feels like a bargain. The expensive item wasn't meant to sell. It was meant to make the cheaper item look cheap. And that layout? It's a maze. No clear path, no convenient shortcuts. Just a winding, twisting layout that forces you past every department. Each step is engineered to slow you down, make you look, and tempt you into grabbing just one more thing. That $1.50 hot dog at the exit? That's not just a treat, it's a reward trigger. You made it through the warehouse, filled your cart, and now you get a dopamine boost, affordable, satisfying, and symbolic of Costco's values. Costco's tactics aren't just clever, they're rooted in consumer psychology and data science. Every square foot, every item placement, every missing window is optimized to keep you spending without guilt. And what makes it more genius is how trust plays into all of this. Costco has cultivated a near-religious loyalty among its members. Why? Because it promises and delivers value. You won't find 30 brands of peanut butter. You'll find maybe 2. Fewer options means decision simplicity. And that simplicity reduces buyer friction, making you more likely to pull the trigger. They don't run traditional ads. No TV commercials, no social media campaigns begging for your attention. Instead, they let the store, and the experience, do the marketing. Think about it. Costco grew to over $240 billion in annual revenue without blasting your phone with push notifications or sponsoring influencer content. That's the power of word of mouth compounded by experience. Now here's something even more mind-bending. Costco's most famous tactic is something called the loss leader. That $1.50 hot dog combo, it's been the same price since the 1980s. It doesn't make them money. In fact, it likely loses money. But it keeps you coming back. It's not about profits, it's about perception. They're using cheap food as branding, and people eat it up, literally. And here's where the no bags play another role. Without bags, your cart looks fuller. Bulk items, exposed boxes, oversized packaging, all create visual abundance. This makes people feel like they're getting more for less. And when people feel like they're winning, they spend more, willingly. Costco isn't just selling, they're making you feel smart for buying. Even the receipt checkers at the exit aren't there just to stop theft. They create a final checkpoint of perceived fairness. It's subtle, but that last act makes people believe the store is maintaining quality control. It leaves the customer with a subconscious sense of trust, which increases the likelihood of a return visit. So when you walk into Costco and wonder why there are no windows, no signs, and no bags, just know, it's not an oversight. It's a masterclass. They're crafting an environment where you forget the time, feel like a hunter, trust the brand, and leave thinking you won, when in fact they won big. Think about what happens after you leave Costco. You talk about it. You tell your friends about the massive haul. You mention the hot dog deal. You joke about buying way more than you planned. And that's the final step, post-purchase storytelling. Costco has designed an experience that doesn't end at checkout. It lingers. It spreads. It advertises itself through its own customers. And yet, for all this, most shoppers never notice. They just walk in, feel good, spend more than they planned, and walk out with a smile. Costco's design is so understated that it hides the genius in plain sight. It's not flashy like Apple. It's not chaotic like Walmart. It's calculated, quiet, and deeply effective. You may think you're beating the system by getting great value, but the truth is, you've been drawn into a carefully orchestrated system built on decades of consumer psychology, logistical genius, and behavioral economics. You're not escaping retail manipulation. You're walking straight into its most refined form. Costco doesn't want you to know how much time you've spent in the store. They don't want you to follow a map. They don't want you to leave quickly. They don't want to upsell you on checkout. And that's exactly why it works. It's reverse psychology turned into profit. And the no windows, no signs, no bags, those are just the symbols. The truth is much deeper. The average shopper spends more time in Costco than almost any other retailer. And while other companies are throwing millions into ads, influencer marketing, and product placement, Costco is letting a maze of steel shelves and the absence of a shopping bag do all the heavy lifting. It's brilliant, and yet it feels honest. That's the true genius of Costco's model. It feels like you're shopping smart, but they've architected that feeling. You're navigating a space that's been meticulously crafted to increase dwell time, optimize discovery, and minimize friction, while reinforcing brand trust. So next time someone tells you Costco is just a warehouse, smile. Because now you know It's actually a psychological machine printing billions in profit, one giant tub of peanut butter at a time. And that's the hidden reason Costco stores have no windows, no signs, and no bags. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more secrets behind how businesses really make their billions. Because chances are, what you think you know is just the tip of the iceberg.